I'm going to apologize in advance because this episode is long. It's like 40 minutes long, and then my bits being added in is going to make it longer. So I'm going to apologize, and I'm also going to warn you, it's a Pokemon story. A really bad one at that. Well, without any further ado, let's watch the episode. I'll see you at the end of this video. Gee, I wonder what today's fanfic is going to be about. Pokemon! Not that I'm complaining, I do love Pokemon, don't get me wrong, but this is like the third fanfic in a row this season that I've read that's about Pokemon. And it's another forum fanfic, which would make this the third or fourth forum fanfic I have read thus far this season. The fanfic is called The Quest of Arceus, Journey to a New Homeworld by Arceus Alpha 493. It's made back, well, this person joined this forum back in September of 2010. Their gender is supposedly a Lugia, I think. Their location is the Hall of Origin. They've had 543 posts and 5 blog entries. This is a 5-chapter story. I'm going to read the entirety. I'll just have to scroll down for the next chapters because of how they did this. So, let's get started. This is the summary of my story. The Pokemon world is dying. Will Arceus and his fellow legendaries make it to their new homeworld alive? Shouldn't that have a question mark and not a period? Could this place called Hyrule, shouldn't Hyrule be capitalized seeing it's the name of the place, be what they're looking for? Shouldn't it say they are and not the possessive there? And shouldn't it also end with a question mark? This is going to be painful. Very, very painful. And yes, it's safe to assume that this is supposed to be a crossover with The Legend of Zelda. Even then, new legendaries are born. Rated T for some violence and blood. Ooh, blood, I'm so scared. Chapter 1, Prologue. Music, The Hero of Time, LOZ, Wind Waker. I'm not going to be playing the music. In a vast galaxy, there is a world that was dying, known as the Pokemon world. This world was in chaos. Evil organizations were on murderous rampages, killing humans and Pokemon alike. The regions of this world, from Kanto to Sinnoh, or the proper pronunciation for Kanto is apparently Kanto, but I'm so used to calling it Kanto. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to pull an NC. I'm actually going to pronounce it right. Kanto to Sinnoh were now barren and desolate. Corpses of people and Pokemon alike littered the lands. People in this world prayed that Arceus, the god of the Pokemon, would bring salvation to them, but Arceus was unable to help, for he feared that the evil organizations would try and control or even kill him. My god, you're a fucking Pokemon god. I think you can handle a few rocket grunts. Many legendaries were killed when trying to save innocent lives. It started after the failure of Team Galactic. Okay, if you're going to say Team Galactic, capitalize the T in Team in the J, in the G in Galactic, seeing it's a name. which resulting in them teaming up with other organizations. First, Team Plasma forced all the trainers to release their Pokemon while the other groups went and killed every champion, Elite Four gym leaders, and the police. Wait. Team Plasma, if this is supposed to take place during the first black and white Pokemon games, Team Plasma is not about killing people in Pokemon, it's about liberating Pokemon. Unless this is supposed to be Getsis who's controlling them. That doesn't make any sense, and would not allow Getsis to kill these people. And if all of the evil teams are going to team up, you would think all of the trainers from all the games would team up too. Like, you know, Red, Gold, whatever the main character from Emerald is called, Lucas, Nate, Hilbert, all of them can team up. I mean, all the Elite Fours in all the games can team up. They have super powerful Pokemon. It doesn't make any sense that even these teams, these evil teams like Rocket and whatnot, would be able to take over like this. Because most of their Pokemon are weak and pathetic. Just saying. I've been playing these games since I was 10 years old. I think I know how these guys work. Team Rocket stockpiled weapons to destroy major cities and landmarks. Why would they want to destroy major cities and landmarks? All they care about is ruling everyone. It doesn't make any sense why they would kill all these people and then destroy everything. That does not match up with what they want to do. All of the legendaries tried to intervene, but nearly all of them died, one by one. In Kanto, Giovanni, you spelled Giovanni wrong, you fucking moron, sought revenge on YouTube and killed him by destroying Cerulean Cave by blowing it up with missiles. You spelled missiles wrong, and is it supposed to take place in the anime, or is it supposed to take place in the game? Because in the game, Mewtwo and Giovanni never met, resulting in the collapsing cavern to crush every living thing inside. Luckily, the legendary birds managed to survive and went into hiding. The legendary birds were never in that cave in the first place. One is by the power plant, one is in the Victory Road, and the other one is in one of the Seafoam Islands. The next to be killed was Ho-Oh, who was shot down by a Team Rocket fighter plane. What? Leaving her body dead in a pool of blood. Ho-Oh doesn't have a sex. It doesn't have a sex. And if it... I can't... Get back in there. I know you're mad too, but you need to stay in there. I know you're mad too. They're probably going to imply that you died as well. I know that you didn't die because you're a badass dragon-type Pokemon, but they're probably going to say that you died as well. I'm just saying right now, calm down, let them speak, and just let me rant. And then at the end of the story, I'll let you do your little hyper beam thing again, and then you can destroy the fanfic like you did with that other fanfic, okay? Okay. Good job, Draco. Just calm down. Yes, I know. I nicknamed him Draco. Shut up. And this guy is definitely a male, even though I can't really tell about him because he's tiny at the moment. But yeah, don't make me unleash this guy because he can kick your ass. Where was I? The legendary beasts also met a similar fate, being shot and killed. Are you fucking kidding me? They're trying to imply that Pokemon are pansies. Oh, they got shot by a gun? Pokemon are super powerful. They wouldn't get killed by guns. The Eon twins were lured towards Alto Mar and died due to destructinon. That's not how you spell destruction. Caused by a bomb. The Regi trio met the same fate as Mewtwo by being crushed to death. Mewtwo's fucking psychic. Shouldn't he be able to do this and stop the rocks from falling on him? Or did all the Pokemon in the story take stupid pills before this happened? Both Jirachi and Deoxys met the same fate. Did you just say they met the... Team Aqua managed to control Kyogre and caused her to flood the Full Moon Island, drowning Cresselia and Darkrai. Okay, again, Team Magma and Team Aqua are not about world dominance. One of them wants more land and one of them wants more sea. They're not about hurting and killing people. This does not make any sense. I could kind of see Team Galactic, and I could kind of see Team Rocket, and I could probably kind of see Team Plasma when it comes to the side that's controlled by Getsis. But all the other people, no. No, no. Bishi managed to break free and escaped. And why are all of the legendaries supposedly female? Some of them I can see being female, but you know, Kyogre, no. Groudon managed to escape as well. Lugia was killed when trying to protect Olivine City, but Team Rocket made a group of Sharpedo brutally attack Lugia by tearing him apart, resulting in the coastal waters stained red. Okay. The Lake Guardians were captured by Team Galactic and killed them by electrocution. Why would you want to kill all the legendary Pokemon? You would think that doesn't make any sense. You'd think you'd want to gather up all the legendary Pokemon and use them as a powerful force to control the world. No, we're going to kill them all because we're morons. Both by Dialga and Giratina 2, oh, calm down, were killed by Dark Dialga and Team Galactic. Oh, okay. Come on, calm down, Draco. Calm down. I know you're not really that much of a pansy in real life. I know you're mad. But just let me finish the story, and then I will let you have your moment of rage. Please? For me? Thank you. Draco's not taking this very well. Their deaths were gruesome. Ooh, okay. Calm down. Don't make me put you back on the shelf. Thank you. Giratina 2 was the son of the first Giratina. The first Giratina was the one that once wreaked havoc upon the Pokemon world. The second Giratina, however, overthrew his cruel father and brought peace to the Distortion world. Ooh, okay, I know, you're getting mad. But like I said before, calm down unless you want to be put back on the shelf. There is no Giratina and Giratina 2. It's both the same Pokemon, you fucking moron. And Giratina was never evil. Really? The original one, Arceus, felt sad and hurt and knew that there was no hope for his world. I am the most powerful Pokemon. I could probably save them all, but there's just no hope, so I'm gonna run away like a little pansy. The legends that were slain included Dialga, Giratina 2, Latias, Heatran, the legendary beasts Lugia, Ho-Oh, Jirachi, the Lake Trio, and the Reggie Trio. You already said all who were murdered, so why did you feel the need to repeat who were all killed? Then Arceus soon declared an emergency meeting for the remaining legendaries, and so the quest for the new homeworld... Okay, what the fuck is this? Please review and give me ideas for this story. The gender of my main legendaries. Arceus male, Palkia female, new Dialga male, new Giratina male, new ones. So what do they do? Just regenerate? Chapter 2, the plan, Hall the Origin music... What?! So the last chapter supposedly ended with the sentence, and so the quest for the new homeworld, and then nothing. And then it ends with this weird little author's note saying, please review and give me ideas for this story. Don't do that! Don't! You fucking idiot! What was that? Uh-huh. Yeah, you're right. By the way, Draco here says that you're an idiot too. Let's read Chapter 2. Chapter 2, the plan, Hall of Origin music plays. It was a rather busy time at the Hall of Origin, which consists of a throne room, place where Arceus holds his meetings. Because Pokemon have throne rooms! My God! Bedrooms specific for all the legendaries, including himself. Pokemon are like the equivalent of animals, and you're implying that they have bedrooms. You know, this isn't like one of Not Molo's stories where, you know, the Pokemon are more humanized than them. No, these are supposed to be based off of like either the Pokemon games or the anime. They don't have bedrooms! Bedroom specific for all the legendaries, including himself. A nursery and an infirmary. Since when do they need... The floors are covered. Stop switching between past tense and present tense. My God! The floors were covered with white marble with golden markings. Walls are... Don't you mean whatever, decorated white and gold with majestic pillars perfectly aligned to the halls. What am I going to do? Said Arceus. Don't you mean asked Arceus? The equine-like being who created the Pokemon world. Soon Arceus let out a mighty roar. All legendaries report for an urgent meeting! First to arrive was the spatial Pokemon Palkia, who was saddened by news of the death of her siblings Dialga and Giratina too. The next few legendaries to arrive were Rayquaza, Groudon, and Kyogre. Mew and Celebi followed behind the larger legendaries. Finally, the last to arrive was the trio Articuno, Moltres, and Zapdos. After everyone arrived, the legendary Pokemon gathered in front of their leader. Arceus soon told the legendaries of the situation at hand. Arceus said, I am sure you all know that we have lost so many of our comrades, including Dialga and Giratina too. After hearing this, the legendaries gasped in shock. After hearing the news, Palkia broke down and cried loudly in sadness. The other legends tried to comfort the spatial deity, but to no avail. To make matters worse, Groudon and Kyogre started firing attacks at each other. Why? This caused our chain reaction, not our chain reaction, you freaking illiterate dumbass. I'm sorry, I'm probably being a little too harsh, but I mean, really, that's like the most stupidest typo I've ever seen. How can you mix up the word A with the word R? How? This caused a chain reaction of fighting between the legends. Seeing this, Palkia could not take it anymore and left in tears. Arceus soon shouted, "Enough all of you," and fired a judgment attack at the feuding legends. A judgment attack? What type of attack is that? Soon all the fighting stopped. All right, Arceus soon said in a calm voice. Anyway, get rid of the S. We need to find a new homeworld. Well, Rayquaza said in a knightly voice. Where will we live, my lord? Arceus then began to glow golden, and the Hall of Origin was enveloped in this light. Then the scenery changed to what was a beautiful planet, which was larger than their own. What is this planet and who lives there? The legends asked. Arceus zoomed in further on the planet until a beautiful kingdom can be seen. On this land they could see a pointy-eared human who was wearing a green tunic and cap, long white undershirt and pants, brown boots, and had a mythical sword and shield with markings of the legendaries have never seen. This human was riding on horseback across a field while a distant castle can be seen in the distance. This, my children, is a land called Hyrule, Arceus told them in a joyful way. All the legendaries could only look in awe and wonder of the world that lay before them. After Arceus returned to the others back to the Hall of Origin, Arceus told them, all right, everyone, tonight we shall make our final preparations for our journey. He ended with, we shall leave for this new homeworld tomorrow at dawn. Okay. First of all, how the heck did he find out about Hyrule? Secondly, how are they going to get there? Maybe they'll explain that in the next chapter. And finally, what's so freaking fascinating to them about Hyrule? You know, Hyrule also has, like, creatures similar to them. I mean, they're looking at it, like, odd, like they've never seen it before. Oh my god, a human with pointy ears. How amazing. Whatever. This story, it's just stupid so far. Let's scroll down and find the next chapter. I guess I can read some of these people's. One person's like, Hyrule, really? Why not the Mushroom Kingdom? And or someone else says, because Mario is harder to pwn than Link is. I don't think the Pokemon are going to Hyrule to try to kick Link's ass. They're going there to find a new homeworld, but whatever. Let's keep on scrolling down and trying to... Okay, here's the next chapter. Chapter 3. Preparations and Comfort from a Father. Serenade of Water from Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time plays. I don't play any of the Legend of Zelda games, so I don't know any of the music. It is currently nighttime in the Hall of Origin. All the legendaries were making final preparations for departure, and however, cries of sadness can be heard in the hallways, which were damp from Palkia's tears. Arceus was walking through the halls when he heard it. Why did you have to die, brothers? Palkia cried, clutching a photo of her, Arceus, and her brothers who were at the spear pillar. Okay, these Pokemon are like supposedly ginormous, and I guess apparently they have gigantic cameras where they can take pictures of each other. Let me ask the real Garatina right here about that. So, do you Pokemon have gigantic cameras where you can take pictures of each other? No? I thought so. Palkia was curled up in a ball in her pink poke bed, which is completely soaked in tears. Are you fucking kidding me? You're trying to say that this big intimidating Pokemon known as Palkia, which looks like this by the way, is apparently likes the color pink and has this big pink bed that she sleeps in? My God. Palkia's room was once shared by her brothers. Okay. There were 2 other beds in the room that they once slept on, which were empty. On the shelves were the adamant, lustrous, and griseous orbs. I better comfort my daughter, Arceus muttered to himself. Arceus soon went towards Palkia's room to help. At this time, Palkia was still crying until she heard footsteps which sounded familiar, and then replied, "Father?" Arceus approached her and sat beside his daughter, tucking his golden hooves under his gray chest. "It's all right. I'm right here," Arceus replied. Then Arceus looked between her paws and saw the portrait of his family and said in a comforting voice, "You miss your brothers, don't you?" "Yes, I do," answered Palkia, and then said, "It will never be the same without them." Arceus then nuzzled her with comfort and reassurance. Then Palkia asked a question. "Since Dialga is dead, wouldn't time itself break down?" Arceus then told her that time is indeed being destroyed. Then Arceus hummed a silent lullaby to his daughter, who soon fell fast asleep. After that, Arceus went outside to meet Celebi, a golden fairy-like time travel Pokemon. As Arceus approached Celebi, he noticed there were 4 Pokemon eggs. 2 of them were blue with silver markings and an azure diamond embedded on both eggs. But one of these eggs held the essence of time itself. The 3rd egg was gray and black with red brands on the egg. The 4th egg was white with patterns of blue, yellow, and pink. "I see you brought those eggs. Thank you," replied Arceus. "You're welcome, Master Arceus," Celebi said politely in a sweet voice. Then Celebi... Wait a minute. If Celebi is a time-traveling Pokemon, couldn't Celebi go back into the past and prevent all this from happening? Well... Celebi noticed that Arceus' fur was wet and said, "Is something wrong, Arceus? And did something happen to Lady Palkia?" She said, "Don't you mean she asked? Don't make me pull a Susan on you guys, because I will." Arceus then answered, "Well, Palkia is saddened at the loss of her brothers who were slain." Celebi replied, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope she feels better soon." Don't you mean feels? And shouldn't the dialogue all be separated in different lines, seeing different people are speaking at this point? Then Celebi told Arceus about the Pokemon eggs she found, and then said, "What should we do about these eggs, Arceus?" Where's the question mark? Use a question mark if you're asking a question! Celebi, "I would like you to take these eggs to the nursery in the Hall of Origin for me," replied Arceus. Then Arceus asked Celebi, "After you finished, will you take the egg of the Lake Trio to Hyrule and let the people there know that I, Arceus, will be arriving soon?" Then Arceus explained to her the directions to the planet that has Hyrule and the things she must do when she gets there. How did he find out about Hyrule in the first place? Show, don't tell, my God! After hearing this, Celebi answered, "I will do it, and I won't fail you, Master Arceus." After Celebi took the eggs to the nursery, she then departed for Hyrule. After all this, Arceus went to the throne room and went to a deep sleep and muttered, "Tomorrow our journey shall begin." Chapter 4, Departure and a Stowaway. As dawn approached the Hall of Origin, Arceus was ready to depart. Then Arceus shouted in a booming voice, "Attention all legendaries, we will now be departing." Soon the Hall of Origin began to transform and started to detach itself from the spear pillar. BGM Metro start... I don't care what music is playing! Maybe I don't want to listen to this music while I'm reading this fanfic. Maybe I want to listen to Bon Jovi or R.E.M. or even country or something. Stop saying certain music is playing! We don't need that in there. We don't need that in there. That doesn't make your story epic. It doesn't make it epic at all. So knock it off! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! As dawn approached the Hall of Origin, Arceus was ready to depart. Then Arceus shouted in a booming voice. Oh wait, I already read that, sorry. Meanwhile, a red lizard-like Pokemon called Groudon, who was female, you already said that the Pokemon was female in the beginning of your fucking story, so you don't need to repeat that the Pokemon is female! Shut up. Was trying to get to the Hall of Origin before it was too late. She then cried out desperately, "Please don't leave me behind, Arceus." Then she ran fast as she could up the vanishing stairway that led to the halls. When she finally made it in the Hall of Origin and breathed a sigh of relief and then fainted in exhaustion. Well, that was a pointless paragraph. Soon the Hall of Origin completed its transformation into a majestic starship. How? The starship looked like a giant egg with a golden cross-like wheel in the middle. Why? This cross-like wheel looks a lot like the one Arceus has attached to his round abdomen. Okay. 3 pairs of rocket boosters attached to the hull of the ship. 16 crystals resembling Arceus' life plates embedded round the part of the starship bow, and 2 pairs of metallic angel-like wings on the side of the ship. The name of the starship was the Alpha Star. How stupid. And I'm sorry, if this Pokemon had the power to create a huge starship like this, why can't he create a whole bunch of ships to destroy the humans that are destroying his land? No, instead we're just going to run tail and go to another place. Because we're idiots. At this time, Groudon was wandering the halls until she saw a female Groudon. Wait, what? At this time, Groudon was wandering the halls until he saw a female Groudon. So are there supposed to be more than one Groudon? From my understanding, when it comes to legendary Pokemon, there's only one of each one. I'm confused. Oh, whatever. A female Groudon unconscious near the entrance of the Hall of Origin, and then yelled in a panicked tone, "Arceus, someone has collapsed at the entrance." Arceus soon heard this and rushed to where Groudon is to help. After getting there, Groudon explained to Arceus as to what happened. Then they took the Pokemon to the infirmary. After that, the starship soon left the Pokemon world, heading for its destination, Hyrule. But before leaving, Arceus hovered near the dying planet and spoke in a sad voice, "Farewell, my beloved world and children who live there." Yeah, so you're going to abandon all the survivors who are there, so then they can all die! I mean, what a dick! You have the power to stop all this from happening, but you're too afraid because you don't think it's going to be enough. So instead, you're just going to take all the legendaries and leave. You're not even going to bother to try to save the surviving humans or the surviving Pokemon. You're just going to save yourself. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you very, very much. You're a stupid douchebag who doesn't care about the others in trouble. Da-da-da-da, fuck you very, very much. You deserve to be shot in the fucking head and then shoved off a cliff. But Arceus soon glowed golden and transformed the planet into a small gold sphere. Okay. Revealing more stars and empty space where the planet once was. Arceus then muttered to himself, "This world will be reborn, merged with the planet that has Hyrule." And then he shed a single tear before heading back to his ship. Ah! What the fuck? What the... He had the power to do this, and he's gonna merge it with the Hyrule, I freaked out so much that I spit on my computer monitor. Thank you, story. Thank you. One more chapter. All we have is one more chapter. One more chapter. One of the comments. Wow, epic. This is not epic. This is shit. My God. Chapter 5. Chapter 5. New life, bonding, and a looming threat. It has been a week since Arceus and his fellow legendaries departed for their new home world and are making considerable progress. Now the legendaries are relaxing in their rooms except Palkia, who was a bit depressed, and yet Arceus and Groudon are at the infirmary waiting for the female Groudon to awaken. Is she going to be okay, Arceus? Groudon asked with concern and looked at the female land Pokemon. Looked at the female land Pokemon? Then at the moment, the land Pokemon began to stir. We already know she's a land Pokemon. We know that she's a Groudon. Just say that she started to stir! She opened her yellow eyes and then saw that she was in a white room and then looked around confused. Where am I? She said. She asked, not said! Arceus then told her, you are in the infirmary at the Hall of Origin. And then Arceus asked, by the way, what is your name? If he asked, it would have a question mark, not a period! Here, take a look at this clip from when Susan decided to hijack my show that one time. Well said, Susan. Well said. What? I'm talking to the you in the past. I just used a clip from that episode where you decided to tie me up and review a fanfic and then you flipped out because they weren't using question marks. Okay, bye. Alright. Okay, back to the story. The Groudon then answered shyly. My name is Devin. Then Groudon commented, that's a sweet name. Devin then blushed. Isn't that a boy's name? Oh, whatever. Thank you, that's so kind of you. Then Devin asked Arceus a question. Where is this ship heading anyway? Arceus then answered, we are heading towards Hyrule, our new homeworld. Arceus then explained, don't you mean then? Explained to Devin about the situation where they were in and the events that have happened so far. Wouldn't Devin already know about this, seeing the planet is in chaos anyway? Later it seemed that Devin is in love with Groudon. Why? And then Arceus declared the two land lizard Pokemon should be mates. What? Love doesn't work like that! Then suddenly a small hedgehog-like Pokemon, Shaman, rushed in the infirmary with an excited voice. Shaman sounds like she does in the 11th Pokemon movie. I haven't watched that, so I don't give a flying fuck. Arceus asked Shaman in a calm voice, Shaman, what's wrong? Apostrophe S, please. Shaman then replied, come quick, the eggs in the nursery are about to hatch. Then Arceus, random space there, whatever, alerted all the legendaries of the event that is about to occur and shouted, all legendaries report to the nursery immediately. You spelled immediately wrong. Then all the legendaries, including Palkia, Groudon, Devin, and Arceus. Why would Arceus even run whatever? Rushed into the nursery to watch the birth of the new legendaries. All three eggs were hatching at the same time. How convenient. But one of these eggs held the essence of time, then blew and hatched. What? From the first egg came a baby Dialga, who was a dark blue dinosaur-like Pokemon. I know what a Dialga is! A wing-like structure, blah blah blah, I don't care, I don't need to have this porn of what the Pokemon looks like, blah 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 blah. Then came another Dialga, whose body was a lighter, I don't care, and then came a baby Giratina, who looked similar to Giratina too, except he was slightly larger than normal. Palkia approached the three baby Pokemon and said in a kind voice, welcome to the world, children. Then the three cried out to her and said in unison, Mama. Then Palkia came to them and nuzzled against them lovingly. When Palkia saw them... Wait, what? I think they need to reorder these sentences. It should, okay, let's read the sentence I was going to read, and then I'll let you know what I mean by that. When Palkia saw them, she had a look of sadness. I think it's supposed to say and, but they put in too many D's there. And felt the baby Dialg looked almost exactly like her deceased brother. That sentence should have came before her saying, welcome to the new world, children, but whatever. Alceus then told the other legendaries, now I welcome you all, the newest additions to our legendary family and council. Then after a long introduction from Alceus to their newest additions, all the legendaries went back to their rooms except Palkia and Arceus himself. Arceus then asked Palkia, would you like to take them to your room? Palkia then replied, of course. But even though it was peaceful in the ship, a sinister threat lurked in the shadows of space. A demonic voice spoke. So, a new time ruler has been born. Well, I will make sure he does not last long. This voice came from the being known as Dark Dialga, who was jet black, blood red markings, and ruby embedded on his chest plate. Okay, where the hell did this Pokemon come from? And blades and spikes on different parts of its body. These blades and claws were stained with dry blood. I mean, you can't just introduce a character like that without any real explanation. Oh my god. Then, after a long day, Arceus went to his room and added to his travel log by using his psychic abilities and wrote, Day 8, month 1. Today was a rather joyous day for me and the other legendaries. 3 new legendaries were born today, and Groudon found a mate, and hopefully one day he will father children of his own, carrying down his bloodline. I am glad my daughter is herself again. Get rid of the M. And when I find the one responsible for the death of her brothers, he'll be punished severely. You know who killed the brothers! It was stated in the first part of the story in the prologue. It was all the Team Galactic people and all the other teams all merged together. You know who did it! Find the stupid puny humans and stomp on them! No, instead I'm going to abandon them all, kill all the innocent human and Pokemon by turning the Earth into a little sphere, and then I'm going to merge it with Hyrule without the permission from the people over from Hyrule. Oh my god. I wish the baby Dialg's parents were here to see him born. Yet it seems like all newborn Pokemon, the first one they saw was Palkia. They saw her as their mother. Now it's time for me to get some rest. End of chapter, please review. Please tell me this is the end. It is the end! Thank fucking god. Actually, it looks like there might be more, but I'm not reading anymore. This is the page that was sent to me in a request, so this is the only page of the story I'll be reading. Because I'm afraid that if I read the rest of the story, I would probably explode with anger. Or probably do something that I would really regret. And I don't want to do that thing because A, I know it'll upset Susan, and B, I know that Susan would probably murder me herself when she brings me back to life. And I really don't want to rehash up episode 192. Because I was sore for a very long time, being shot that many times with a face pistol. It was not a pleasant experience, and I had nightmares about it for months. You weren't supposed to hear that. What are you doing? Go. Shoo! She gotta stop doing that too, spying on me like that's not creepy. Okay, well, my thoughts on this story, it was complete and utter shit. Draco here doesn't like the story either. So Draco, what do you get? Draco? Hello? Are you okay, Draco? Oh, fuck, I think I caused him to faint by... Oops. Well, we were going to get an epic rant from Draco, but I kind of caused him to faint because of my rage. I probably should have put the Pokeball down before I didn't think it was going to hurt him seeing he was inside of the Pokeball. I feel bad now. Well, I will speak for Draco. He did not like this story either. He did not like how his character was defined to be a weakling who was killed by humans and mere bullets and whatnot. And I'm sure if all the other Pokemon were here to hear what happened in the story, they would be mad too. So yes, I am the Fanfic Critic. I read it, you listen, and I need to bring my Pokemon to a Pokemon Center. Did not realize I showed up in this episode. Honestly, I'm not sure how I would have handled this. if I was reviewing this today. And I imagine that the story was actually longer than we thought. And it probably did get worse. Nonsensical garbage, that's what that was. Very nonsensical. And now that I have a better understanding of, why Meg would go nutty over bad fan fiction now, I do honestly feel bad about how harsh I was towards her back then about it. I mean, she still should have been offing herself, but again, she didn't take death seriously back then. Right. I don't know if I've actually reviewed any Pokemon fan fiction yet. I'm actually kind of dreading it. I really am. I mean, I think the only story that counted was that stupid Super Smash Brothers fan fiction, because Pikachu was in it. But I digress. Well, thank you for watching this lost episode of FanFic Critic. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to leave a like and leave a comment, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do, I'll greatly appreciate it. I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, cheerio.